Up, I'm live Monday, and I guess it could be worse. It's Monday, you know how it is. Um, gonna do more Derail Valley tonight, and I'm really hoping I can find the DE6. I've got a plan. Got a plan I want to try and do tonight. May even go a little over the normal end time, just a little, to pull it off if need be. But we're just gonna get right into it, honestly. Once the game finishes booting. It's already booting, but because I waited until I unmuted basically to start booting it, it does take a second, you know? Alright. Let's see. This should load as soon as, you know, it unfreezes. I guess realizes that. I promise you the capture is enabled. You're not missing much though, it's a loading screen. Yep, still waiting. There it goes, and there we are. Okay, so last week, ended the stream by setting up these two. I remember it's these two because, well, I double-checked yesterday, but also they're both going to B5i. A fair amount of weight, but nothing we can't deal with. But before we do that, I want to go over here, because if you notice, I've got some fees to pay, but they're not much, so I'm just going to pay them off so that all the fees are cleared, so that then I can come over here, DM3, license. And then DE6, this is the big one. Ouch. License. Does up the copay and decrease the time bonus deadline, but that's honestly fine. Because now, if I ever fucking find the DE6, and more importantly, I'm planning on swinging by the DM3, since that's at oil refinery, and I'm going to coal power. So if I ever find the DE6, that one, I can pick it up, and the DM3 I'm going to be picking up. And that's all part of my plan for tonight. So we're gonna start these. Nice, 69. 138 minutes, yeah, we've got ample time. Where am I? This is the back end of the lot, so we're over here somewhere. Here we are. Now, given that that's 240 and that is 560, I should probably start up both of these. Do that. You're gonna be a pain in the ass, huh? Ay, yay. Alright. Brakes are unset. Let's go. Looks like I already set that up, and I believe I've already set all the switches. Which is to say left, right, that doesn't matter because it's merge, right, left, right, right, and then we get into coal power. Food factory, I mean you can see I've already been in here. But I'll review this later because it doesn't matter all that much right now. I'm guessing I'm going through B just to ensure I have a clear route through. Yeah, because there's no guaranteed clear lines there, is there? Likewise, oil refinery. I took the long route before. I want to go through here regardless. The DM3 is over here. I'm going to pick that up. More throttle to the train. The coal power is the real pain in the ass. Where are we going to? B5I, was it? Yes. Yes, we want to go right, because if we go left, we're going down here, and that does not take me past oil refinery. Is this the most direct route to coal power? I think it might be, honestly. Let's see. I mean, I imagine that that merges in. Oh. No, B5I. Also, I saw that 3 that just passed by. It might honestly be better to go here. And then go past. And then back it in. Will it be better, though? Because I could also just do... yeah, left, right, into B, B5I, and then I end up here, which I can then back up and go to Machine Factory, which might be where I go. Maybe? I don't know. Dark here over on this side of the mountain. Yeah, definitely a good thing I started that up based on this. Haven't been going very fast. Grade here is not very kind. And in fact, we're slowing down actively because of how steep it is. Shouldn't be a problem. It's starting to level out a little bit as well. Just a lot of weight. Hey, evil. Also, now that I've checked both Coal Mine and Iron Mine East, I don't think I ever want to come up to this corner of the map again outside of military base. Iron Mine and Coal Mine East both just seem rather inconvenient to get to, considering the elevation. I was looking at the interactive map somebody made, and apparently this corner up here is around 100 plus meters above sea level. Machine base, which is already pretty high, is more like 50. Very high elevation. Which, I mean, yeah. You can see over there, it's a bit lower, but then we're all the way up here. So, no surprise, and heck, we're already a fair ways above where the coal mine is at the moment. We're really not going fast. We're going, just not fast. I was gonna say 190 evil? Where'd you pull that out of? Lackluster elevation you're used to? Florida gets 300 feet plus of elevation. Uh-huh. No, it's not completely flat down there. It's mostly. 100 meters, though, isn't nothing. But again, especially, you think about, like, Coal Mine. Coal Mine East is so inconvenient, because you gotta haul all that way. Yep, that was good. And, like, okay, I'm not taking big jobs, but this one's paying 17.4 plus time bonus. And this one is 36.1 plus time bonus. That's not that great. Yeah, okay. So yeah, about probably closer to where Coal Mine is as opposed to here. We're a fair bit higher at this point. Also, I would really like to go faster, but this damn game, this is another reason. So high elevation in this corner up in the mountains. Gotta go all the way around here, go down this spiral, and then through the squiggly bits, food factory, around that corner, into oil refinery. Excuse you? Yikes. Yeah, much better. Sudden ridiculous levels of grade there. We do want to go left, so that's good. So now that we're coming back out into the sunlight, at least for a little bit, I think I can forego the cab light. It was just in the shadow of the mountain. Getting kind of dark. We're actually descending at the moment, picking up speed. Amazing. That's iron mine over there. It's downhill. Might as well save fuel. We already used a lot of fuel after all. Yeah, we're going to be not using a lot of fuel until we get to Food Factory at this point. That's what I did. I went to hit the shortcut for this and the dynamic brake. And, oops. I went the wrong way on that. I'm hitting all the wrong keys already. That's full on, right? That's off? Yes. Okay. We're good. Just a little bit of overheating. Overheat protection, though, was kicking in. It's no big deal. We're under the speed, it's fine. Although that's -3. Almost -3.5 at a point there. I probably will need to switch to regular brakes at some point. So So I know when I can not worry about keeping it around 50. That is quite the glare, isn't it? And it's gone. Pick up a bit more speed, but I want to keep it managed because you never know when it's going to drop down all of a sudden. Phoenix. Airline all the way over there. Guess what? That's where we'll be in a few minutes. It's going to be a bit more than a few minutes, most likely. But we'll be on that track at some point in the not too distant future. Down there. Into that tunnel. Out over that way. Yep, okay. And that's why. I think I can manage it on the dynamic brakes at this point. Especially since it has flattened out a little bit. Had flattened out. Just need to get it slowed down initially. Gotta be paying attention, because situations like that will pop up real quick if you're not careful. Lights on through the tunnel? I mean, heck, it's getting dark enough. Might as well just put them on. Full blast later. We're picking up a bit of speed. Would be fine though. Both brakes are completely off. Handbrake is off because, you know, it's not flashing at me. So that's indicating a 40 is coming up. So let's get slowed down. Maybe a little early on the slowing down, but better safe than sorry in this game. After all, I've only ever derailed the handcart, and that was on the way up to get the slug, so that's not that surprising. Not been on that track, and I don't know if I ever will go on that track. Not exactly convenient for getting to military base, if that's a Y. Kind of what it looks like. Not independent brake. Oh, 1.3% grade downward. 40 to boot. We're good. Yeah, that's definitely a 40 through there. Not too much strain on it at the moment. Like at the moment we're going uphill, apparently. Gonna start going back downhill here at some point. We can start gaining speed again, so I don't have to use fuel. There we go. Minus 2.8%. Okay. Wow. That just peaked at minus 4%. Alright, come on, this is ridiculous. Pick up speed. Going so damn slow, just give it a little bit of help. I've got to immediately throw some dynamic brake at it to keep it below speed limit through here. Yeah, you're fine. Yep, sticking right. Finally getting down out of the mountains. By the way, I believe back there? Or is it coming up yet? No, we already passed it. Yeah, we went under the thing before. This is the track that I said we would be on earlier. Just slow down a little bit more, please. The red lighting was a good idea. Subtle enough, but I mean, the difference between this and this, you know? It's not much of a difference, but it is a difference. And in theory, it should be better for night vision. How well that actually works in a video game, I don't know. Oh, Jesus. Might have to get train brakes in on this. Decelerating just fine. Yeah, that 3. The arrows apparently indicate when it's going up by more than 10. I don't know if it's only 20, but from what I remember seeing, I feel like that is the case. Yeah. If you see an arrow like that, you know you're gonna have to be, or the speed's gonna be dropping by 20, and you're doing 10 over. Get ready to slow down. Yeah, this is one of those situations where I'd like more lighting on the train because around the corner is not illuminated as much. Like, I can see that. But only briefly is it well illuminated. A little bit more dynamic braking just to keep it closer to 30 than not. I know I can get away with like 5 over pretty comfortably, but from what I've heard, that doesn't work everywhere, so I'd rather play it more cautiously than not, you know? This is just food factory that we're coming up to. Basically just playing with the dynamic brake the entire time. That's to be expected. Very slow descent down into Food Factory. But that's what happens when you're in a valley in the middle of the mountains, I guess. It really is kind of wedged down in there. Which is, should all be set up correctly here. Well, we look good. And that line is clear. In theory, I could stop here to see if there's any... That felt tilted to me. To see if there's any jobs out. But I don't see the reason to do that. By the way, you see a D6 around? I've looked around this place, so I know it's not here. At least I'm pretty sure it's not here. Do they even render from that distance? I don't know. There is a D6 here, however. Not the one that I'm looking for. I just want the demo unit. Speed up on the way out because it's fast enough route plus rather steep. That was a stutter. Yep, and there's the incline. It maxed out at 4. It's staying maxed out at 4. Okay, now it's coming back. The game is stuttering a bit. I'm noticing that. Don't know why, but it is. Take a notch of throttle out so that it's not banging up against the overheat protection more than necessary. Probably should have gotten more speed up, but honestly I don't know how much I can safely carry around that corner out of Food Factory. Probably a bit more. I think we'll be fine. It's just slow. Just slow. This turn is a left, although... Be a little bit before we get there. Hey, kiosk. Well, O is next to I, so that's probably where. Yeah, we're around a 2% grade right now. We're fine, it's just we're going slowly. Again, got like 800 tons in tow, plus the dead weight that is the slug in DE2. I should really do something about them. Mostly the slug, it's basically useless. I want to get the self-owned DE2 up and running, the demo. But that's going to cost me 100k to restore it. And my wallet is not the healthiest it's ever been. I mean, I say that. This is far more money than I've ever owned in my entire life. Probably even with currency conversion considered. But I wasn't talking about real life, obviously, just in the game. But yeah, so long as I don't have the DE6 demo, I should probably just get rid of the slug. It's just a bunch of dead weight and extra length. Honestly, I might uncouple it, despawn it, and then put the DM3 in its place. Makes sense, right? I've got over 2 hours to do this job. Yeah, 138 minutes. But, doesn't mean I want to use all that time. Just picking a bit of speed up, just a little, but still picking speed up, and then it jumps back up towards 3% grade. I can't bring the DE2 online right now either to try and help out because it's just going to overheat. You know, again, these are at full throttle minus 1 notch and are barely keeping out of severe overheating. They are running a little hot as it is, clearly, but within reason. The DE2 is just going to forget about it. And I do not want to come to a stop on this hill either. Talking about despawning the slug. The slug, rather. The DE2 can use the slug, yeah. I know. That's why it's there. But still, it's fine. It's just slow going is all. Like the grade even decreased, and it's gonna level out. Shut up. Well, the very slow climb, at least, ensured that I was going slow enough through the curve. And now we're going to be going downhill. Only slightly. 0.5%. Start. Where's the fuel? Considering how much fuel I will have just used there, not bad in the slightest. It's slow enough that that's taken a while. Okay. Give it a little bit of throttle, not too much. Get some more speed back up. I know it's not going to drop down to 40 all of a sudden since there was no arrow on that last sign. I can comfortably get it up to 45 without worrying too much about it. enough, it dropped to 5, and again with no arrow. Might have to get it slowed down though if I come across a 40. We'll see. Or I might slow it down just because this feels sketchy as it is. Even if it's technically fine. It said it was a 50. There you go. Incoming 40. Probably that next turn over there. Wanting to slow down regardless since we're coming into oil refinery so I can get the DM3 while I'm here. Yeah, again, to add more lights on the front of this so that I can spread the light out more rather than just having all straight ahead. I'd say got a bit of a dam going here, but no. There's no dam. Over there somewhere. Where were you? Right there? Yep, there you are. M3. And I can finally enter the stupid thing. Oh, but it's obnoxious. No, sorry, the gears are over here. Obnoxious gearbox setup. Probably gonna be rather expensive to re-rail it all the way over here. I mean, it's capped at 5,000. Yeah, I'll do it from there. Gonna be slightly more annoying to hook up, but that's fine. There we go. Oops. Also, you set the handbrake, and you unset the handbrake. I want to be going into here, so this one. Yep, thank you for that. Right back into there, and goodbye, slug. I will use you again someday, but for now... Oh, Jesus. Slow down, would you? Slow down, would you? Fine. Of course, this doesn't have multi-unit hookup, so it can't pass a signal along to the DE2 anyway. Main brake. That's an interesting handbrake design. Thank you for not putting them back to the way I had them. And then before we reverse this up, I want to have another look around here. Just double check and make sure that I didn't miss the DE6 being here. Pretty sure it's not. Just for a moment. So I came through on this line over here in the past. And I could very well, because I'm going pretty fast at the moment, I could very well miss something. That's where the DM3 is, rather. Was. Clearly. Not sure how much I actually checked around the place. Please go up here. Anybody see a rusted out D6 sitting somewhere off the sides of the track? Anyone? Anything? Any train? And again, I've already been here, so I don't expect it to be here, but I just want to make sure that I'm not missing something. Oh boy. I mean, you could kind of call this entire thing a dam in a sense, but it's also not. They did kind of block off a river and infill the valley, though. Oh yeah, I can actually hop in these now. Later. That is not the demo unit, though. I could technically take it. I'm not going to. Cheese mode. I mean, to be fair, I've looked all through here. I didn't see it. It's 2 trips now where I haven't seen it. More just double checking, making absolutely sure I haven't missed it. I'm pretty sure I haven't missed it, but just... That's just deal. Yeah, I'm not seeing it here. No. There is a DE6. Not the one I'm looking for. Alright. Let's get this backed up. Once I... Well, one, remember the keybinds. The 2 actually make it so the trains can move. I'm gonna start you up as well. The weight of the load hasn't changed. Gonna have to turn the lights off on the DE2, or at least the headlights. I do not want them shining forward the entire time. Sounds like the DM3 might have a bit of a flat-spotted wheel. I could hear some da-dum, da-dum, you know, sort of noise as we were going there. Bit of thunking. No. Stay there. And then you can stay like that, but your rear lights get turned off. Just dirt. And then from here, we flip this forward. Right, I set the handbrake. I've got multiple carriages to go through. Put the handbrake on this. Now we're good to go. Forward, brakes off. And we're gonna turn off the rear lights on this and only set the headlights. Alright, 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 yeah. Too much throttle to start, I get it. In theory, though, the weight of the load has gone down. Lug is 125 tons. Frame rate's hurting a little bit. Surprise. DM3 is 52 tons or 50.4 tons? I'm guessing that's full versus not. So yeah, more like 50 tons. So, yeah, just under half the weight. Although, that's 16.8. That is 8.6, so, yoink. And now we're good. I was seated. Going to go downhill, so I'll give it a little bit of throttle, but not too much. And we can continue on our way to coal power. Coal power plant. I'm gonna have a break to take here shortly, but that's fine. Well, if it's leveling out, I guess I can give it a bit more throttle. Leveling out and straightening out as well. Yeah, that is a fairly straight section of track on the map. Again, I have over 2 hours to deliver this coal, so not that big of a deal. I want to look. Yep, that was spacebar. So we're going to be coming in here. I'm going to want to go left. Just looking at, I think I do want to go here. Let's hear me out. I'm going to want to go there. So I can go through 3L into B. And then I'll have to back it up. But that's fine. Because then I can go forward. And come around here. 60, we're good. And come out this way, and then I can go down to Forest Central, which apparently there's a train there. What type is it? L014. That doesn't tell me what type it is. It says 6, but also downhill. I could see that without hovering over, so that was more for your guys' sake than mine. Guess I should just, any derailed trains anywhere? That was a loud noise. But yeah, I can come out this way, and then I can go to Forest Central, because I've never been to Forest Central, and there are train spawns there. So I want to check that. And then my idea is to go Forest Central down to Sawmill, possibly stopping at City West, depending on the timing. Because I want to double check City West, or I want to double check Sawmill, I want to double check City West. So, that's my plan. And I'm very much willing to abandon my plans partway through if need be, and just head straight for City South now that I have, yeah, I'm not going to be able to see it back there. But now that I've got the DM3. Didn't need the brake on all that time, honestly. As far as other places that I should double check goes, Forest South might not hurt, Coal Mine South might not hurt, but they should both be fine. These three, I've checked enough. I know these two are clear. Steel Mill I know is clear as well. I could have another look around Steel Mill, but I'm pretty sure about these. Machine Factory is clear. Iron Mine West is clear. I mean, that's where the SO60 is. Food Factory we know is clear. Everything up here is clear, except maybe Oil Well North. I should double check that. City South is fine. Harbor only has the S282. And that's pretty much it for where the DE6 could be. Along with coal power, but we're going there right now. So, yeah, I really want to find it tonight if I can. Just need to keep my eyes open, look around these places, and hope that I've missed it, or it's just at Forest Central where I've never been before. And not see the speed signs, they're just coming into view. Looks like a 5 to the right and a 5 to the right. Okay. And it is set to go right, which is what we want. Once we're around this corner, I'm gonna stop to take my break. I say once I'm around this corner. Once the trains are around the corner, not necessarily the entire train. Stop to take my break, just pause the game. I will save it, but I'm not going to shut it down or anything. 10? That's a bit fast. Alright, right there is fine. New save, and then go into settings and turn my frame rate down to 5 FPS so that Much better. You can't hear it, but I sure can hear the fans ramp down in my computer. Anyway, AFK screen. Which one do we get tonight? I think it's the same one that we had last time. I don't think it changed. I mean, I changed it, but it didn't change. It's random which one it picks. I have a button for that. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to take a few minutes to stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer for a little bit. During this time, I apparently am going to make Evil need to pee. Possibly others. Apologies. It's only rain, but yeah. Apologies if that causes anyone's bladder to need emptying, but hey, it's a break. You know, this is the perfect time to do that, especially because I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during this stream I run ads besides the very beginning and end. Disables pre-rolls for the next hour and ensures that the gameplay itself is completely ad-free at the small cost of ads now while there's nothing happening. And sure, if you're a sub or you have Twitch Turbo, you shouldn't see ads. Still gives you a reason to get up and go while the ads play and you're not at your device, whatever you're watching on. You know? Yeah, when I get back, we'll continue on into Coal Power, which is literally just up the tracks. Never been there. Passed by it a bunch, but never been there. Drop the coal, look for the DE6, and if there's no DE6, to Forest South we go. South? Central. Forest Central. Anyway, BRB. Alrighty, I am back, and let's get right into it. MX, I saw the ping in Discord, it's like, wait, what? How didn't I already see that? And then I realized, oh, it was literally just sent. So, thank you for inadvertently timing it with my break. Appreciate it. I don't know what the speed limits are at Coal Power, but I'm assuming 30 is a safe speed considering the size of the curves. At least 30 initially. Going through this might be a bit slower. Yeah, well, the fact that you decrease the power output on them should immediately make them better to drive. And increase grip. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't expect them to be on rails, like I said on Friday. They shouldn't be on rails. But that increase in torque was a bit much. And then... I don't know. Zuka, I'm not sure I found an aero balance I was completely comfortable with, but also turn 1 is, well, turns 1 and 2 are just tricky. The rest of the track was honestly fine, I feel like. It was just turns 1 and 2 that were tricky not to spin out at. I'm ignoring the other turns because that was on throttle, not because of aero. Always gotta be nighttime. I'm getting to places. Oh, well, that's helpful. Oh, like I said, I've never actually been around here. I've never been inside of Coal Power. But passing by on the track to Machine Factory and, well, out of Machine Factory, I have looked in here before. And I've never once spotted a DE6 except one that might be on the tracks all the way in the back. I don't know. But I agree with Max on that one. That doesn't mean that it's not here. Fine. A lot of trees in the way. Kind of annoying, not gonna lie. I mean, there's a D6 there. Specifically referring to the demo unit. I just cannot find anywhere. Yeah, this is a loading bay, so we'll be fine going through here. Don't think that's a train. You're fine. Again, we're going into B5I, which I believe is that track right there, because this is 2, 3, effectively 4. B5I is right there. Curves around, apparently. I think I remember seeing that on the map. Give it a little bit more speed. I'm still waiting here. Gotta get up to that point before it's gonna pass the switch that I need to then reverse past. There's the station house, good to know. Yep, that's 5i. Here's a little trick for you. Yeah, Evil especially doesn't want to hear that. Especially right now. Now I'm gonna just go back and double check, but in theory... No. Damn. I went slightly too far beyond it and ended up at this switch instead. Also this track, where's the switch? Make sure that's still set correctly. It is. Anyway, now at this point, I can just, brakes are released. Back it in. What the fuck? Now why the hell did you do that? Why? Well, multi-tracked it, but the DM3 is still on the tracks. Look, here, I'll even give you an LED. See? Clearly still on the tracks. Are we actually going to back up on the correct tracks now? Mouse. Anyway. See, I wouldn't expect it to do that, but I forgot that because the DM3 isn't connected, it's not going all the way back to the DE2 for that. Yep, we are going into the siding. Well, almost derailed it by multi-tracking it, but apparently the game doesn't want to do that easily. I mean, I'm sure it would have done it, but somehow it stayed on. Do I get bonus points for multi-tracking a DM3, though? Considering it's got 3 axles, like, solidly. I know the game doesn't treat it as effectively one truck, but still, Good enough. Take this, uncouple them. Nope. Double check, yeah, we're definitely far back enough. Did I put a flag on this somewhere? Don't know that I did. Did. Yeah, I don't care. Because I've learned in the time since. Yep. 26-2. You don't need to set a handbrake on every single set. If they're coupled together, they'll work just fine. Those are those two jobs. Not worth it. I mean, that would almost be worth it, but I can't be bothered. And then all these logistical hauls. I'm going to Sawmill, but I'm not going straight there. Alright, well. So now we look around. There's that. Obviously, I saw these cars before. I know that there are spawn points here. I have no clue where they are, though. I could have looked at where they were exactly, but that wouldn't be any fun. I gotta look around for it. The fact that it's becoming daytime helps. Still kind of late, but... By the way, that goes there. Those will get dropped off. That goes there. I just thought of that and felt like doing it. Making noise. Oh, it's probably that making all the noise. Oh wow. Interesting room. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely that making all the noise, and I don't want to go in there. Yeah, unsurprisingly, I'm not seeing a D6 around here. Yes, I'm cheating. But to be fair, I could just walk over here. Saves me the time and effort of actually doing it. It's a little annoying that I don't keep my height when I go forward, which is why I'm tending to go sideways. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Just me or were there... Oh, you know, it's probably those lights on the towers. Transmission towers. Where do you even go off to? Can't go underground. Okay. T10, T10, T10. Is that the one going on to the middle straight, if you will? Also, Evil, I kind of get what you're saying, having worn glasses for most of my life. Not quite the same, but you know, past a certain point, clarity just goes away. Alright. You know, it's like that, which it's not. It ain't here. It ain't here either. Oh, well, I overshot it. Alright, we're all disconnected there. Lost your cursor more than right after getting a second monitor. Yeah, I've lost my mouse plenty of times for that reason, but not for the reason you're talking about. Okay. Forward we go. 2 DH4s, rusty old DM3, and a DE2. Why the DE2? Well, it's good for shunting. It's also the train that I started off with. Someday I'll change that. So we're just going to... not derail. We're just going to go down to Forest Central. I'm not going to bother picking anything up. I've never been to Forest Central. My plan is to go there, get something to Sawmill, and then go to Sawmill. Possibly stop at City West on the way down? Maybe? I haven't decided if I want to do that or just go straight back from Sawmill to City West. And get a bit more speed into it now because I know that the turn out is 40. And the thing I'll need to do as I'm leaving is flip this switch back to that. There's no point in doing it because it's just going to flip as I go over it. I will need to do that. Could take you. It could. Where's the horn? My train's running away. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, can't get head out far enough. I could go north. I don't know why I would, but I could. There's nothing for me to find up there. I've had a look at where the spawn points are. And, spoiler alert, if they're not in the yards, they're at junctions, and... well, the only junction is all the way up there, which I've been through, and I know that there's no train there. So, literally zero reason for me to go that way anytime soon. Unless I'm hauling something towards Iron Mine from Coal Power. But I'd specifically have to be coming this way out of Coal Power, because otherwise, like, why not just go through Machine Factory? You know? DM3 has definitely seen better days. Only one you're missing is the 060? Yeah, the DE6 is the only one I'm missing. which frustrates me. That's the one I want most. Yeah, we're good. No, I wanted you, and I want my cursor. Flip right, and you are left. Good. Yep. I've recovered... Well, I mean, obviously I've recovered the DH4. But I've also recovered the DE2 from Coal Mine South. This was at the harbor. The 060 is at the harbor. No, sorry, the 282 is at the harbor. The 060 is up at Iron Mine West. And the DM3 is in tow from oil refinery. I'm really hoping that the it has to be at Forest Central, right? It has to be. I have literally looked in every other spawn location, so unless I just missed it, it has to be at Forest Central. I'm gonna be really annoyed if it's not, because that means that I missed it. That, or there's a spawn point off the sides of the track somewhere that I'm not aware of. That's entirely possible, but I would think that the interactive map is accurate in that regard. Wrong. Who knows? Seven and increasing? Okay, we're good. Yeah, I think it has a flat spotted wheel somewhere. A little noisy, that. Ten and decreasing, but a bit of an uphill grade. I can give it a little bit of throttle. We're actually doing pretty decently on fuel. Honestly, we're still above half a tank. Then again, start up in the northeastern corner of the map and you're going to have a lot of downhills to contend with. So, maybe not initially, but eventually. Gotta come down from that 100 plus meter altitude eventually. Get out of the throttle. It is uphill through here, but I don't know what the speed through this junction is. It doesn't look too fast or too slow. Train just spawned at Forest Central. Hopefully it doesn't glitch out and give me another $20,000 fine for no reason. Yeah, we're good. I mean, if it does, I've still got that utility mod installed, so I can just give myself however many tens of thousands of dollars again to remove it. Because again, I'm not paying for bullshit. Give me shit all you want for clearing a fee with cheated in money, but again, when it's caused by the game bugging out and damaging a locomotive that I came nowhere near, I shouldn't have to deal with that. Only reason why I'd do it. The only reason why I did it. Period. Game had just done what it was supposed to. Probably look at Forest Central. How are we coming in? I mean, we're going through the B yard, whether we like it or not. And I haven't been through here before, so that's all set up as it should be. That's fine. It's a DM3. I don't see anything as of yet. No sign of a E6 sitting anywhere. I'm not seeing it. Get up. Get up on top. Where the hell is this DE6? No. Can I go in the station building like this? And look at what jobs are available? I can. Sawmill and sawmill. What a surprise. I pick something up? Train, come back. Come back. Hold on. In general, that away, Derek. Thank you, Evil. I wasn't aware. 13, 22... C3I... C4O. Probably worth it, right? Might as well get a little bit of money out of this. Definitely pass, so if I flick that into reverse, and then do that, because we're definitely past it fully, right? Yes, definitely. Yeah, we're going the right way. That means I've missed it, though. That does mean that I've missed it, because I've been to every single city now. I should have been past every single spawn point. that I'm aware of, at least. Which means the D6 is somewhere that I've missed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here, down this away to Sawmill, and then come back up here to City West. $684 tons. A little bit more speed. Make sure I actually get there. Look that up. All the way to the end of the consist. Slowly but surely filling up brake pipe. I mean, it looks good in theory, but... Oh, other way, idiot. Alright. Hopefully fine with just the one locomotive. I can always set up the other one. Help, though. How long do I have for this? 77 minutes? Oh, easy. Wasting so much sand because of that. I need to install a switch just to disable that sometimes, because, like, I don't know. It's on my nerves more than anything. Right. Left. Right. Right. Sawmill. And Sawmill, we're going to be coming in from the south, going to C3I. Right, we are going left. And then we just go right, left. I've been to Sawmill before, so I don't expect it to be there. But if it's not at Sawmill, then, again, I said this earlier, but I'll say it again. The only places it could reasonably be, as far as I can... like, as far as I think is the case. City West, maybe Forest South or Coal Mine South, but unlikely, or Oil Well North. However, I visited all three of them. Coal Mine South is where the DE2 came from. I don't think they're at those. Sawmill, though, again, I'm not sure if I had a very good look at it, and City West, not sure I had a very good look at that as well. But we'll see. This is about on the limit of what one of these can do. But we're fine. Keeps us slow for the curve ahead, after all. Yeah, we're picking the speed back up. We're fine. Where the hell is this damn DE6? Literally bought the license for it so I could just go straight back to City West if I found it. Well, once I dropped off any load I had. But it's just not wanting to show itself. Again, I don't know where I possibly... That keeps failing to switch properly. I don't know where it could be. I feel like I've checked everything at this point, but clearly I'm wrong. Oh yeah, somewhere off to the left here, there's a house. And it's the player's house. Is that it? Yeah, that's it, right over there. Yeah, whatever. It is. A living space, bathroom with a open shower. No extra drain, apparently. Little bedroom type area. And of course, a tool shed. Are you full up? You are full up. Okay. Obviously, that house is not of much use at this point, but I'm sure it'll have a purpose, more of a purpose, later down the road. This is a rather steep climb out of Forest Central, isn't it? It's really pushing this 1D, DH4 rather. DE, DH, DM, many different variants. And it's pushing it. I mean, it's doing it, but it's really pushing it at times. Yeah, shut up. Yeah, we definitely want to go right here. I know this is going to become a downhill, though, so we'll be fine. For at least a little while. I think I've come down this route before? Have I? I feel like I have. Yeah, I feel like at some point I came down here behind Oil Well Central. I could be wrong, but I feel like I did. Quite steep, but dynamic brake should be able to handle these locomotives. No issue. And you're roughly at what it is. Come on, slow down. Okay. We're good. Dynamic brake should be fine, however, not if I throw it fully on at the last second. But that's what the protection system is for. Maybe not that one in this case, but overheat protection was keeping the dynamic brake from overheating it too much. Game is once again stuttering a little bit. we're going to be going left up here, so I'm definitely going to want to slow down a bit. To what speed, I don't know. Like 40 through the switch. There we go. See? Just manage it properly and it's fine. There's a derailed DE6 anywhere back there, is there? Hello? Anybody? E6? I don't see one. Again, is the third-person camera cheating? Maybe a little. Don't worry about it. At this point, I just want to find the damn thing. Alright. Yeah, well, Evil, it's not going to go burr anytime soon because I only have 333,000 at the moment, plus this job. Which is... 35,000 or so. Not a lot. Yeah, I don't know of any cheaty ways to find it. I don't know of any, like, save editors or something that could basically pinpoint where it is. The cheatiest you can get, as far as I'm aware, is using the interactive map to pinpoint the exact spawn locations as opposed to just the hint. You know? So it's an area that covers potentially multiple spawn points. And then using FreeCam to, you know, look around. And yeah, you could just say the FreeCam's a drone. And after all, like, look at my train. Here, I'll actually justify using it because I just took a screenshot. That'll be the thumbnail for the YouTube VOD. Not that anybody's ever going to see that. Yeah, no, it's more for looking around junctions and in the actual yards themselves. That's what it's really good for. Also, I am pretty much not at max throttle, but one off so that it doesn't bounce off the overheating. And, yeah, we're not going very fast, are we? Not like we've got brakes applied. Would have seen it right there. So, bit of a slope, I guess. I just want to find the DE6. That's it. I just want to find it. How many hours do I have in this game at this point? 51. 51.6 hours. And it's the only locomotive I haven't found yet. .4%? Yeah, I'll take the throttle out of it then. But what does the junction look like? Straight through for us, so... yeah, just keep it at a reasonable speed and I should be fine. I imagine 50 through there would be sufficient as well. We'll see. Uh, 12. So, yeah. Okay, actually it's a 6. It's 12 through the damn switch, but that's it. You see a train? Locomotive anywhere? Rail DE6? Anybody? See it? I sure as hell don't. There's a bit of a seam there. Yeah, I don't know how close the camera actually has to even be, because I mean you can see the grass is only rendering a little ways out. Which is honestly for the best. Oh, I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. Because this is a 60 after all. Oh, but it's a 60 going uphill, so we're fine. Don't you dare put it back in at all. We're good. You know, that 5 sign I feel like should have been before that little turn, not after it. There's a bit of a steep grade, but I've got both trains running, so it's a non-issue. Although I've got it full throttle at the moment. Also now a 40. But as soon as it gets up near 105, you can just cut 1 notch of throttle out and it will stop trying to overheat. And throttle down. And now it'll just stay in the yellow the entire time. Going up to a switch. Should be set the way I want, and yes it is. I don't imagine the train's going to be here. From what I remember, this is a fairly open station. So it'd be fairly easy to see something here, I believe. But I don't know that I've ever been to the station on stream. I went here once off stream. I know that. I don't know that I've been here on stream. See a DE2. D3I. That's where we're lined up to go. Oh yeah, how long is this train? No, not quite yet. Right there. Is there a limit to how many you can have? How many of what? Locos? I mean, you can only own the 6 demo units, plus the DM1 and the BE2, I guess. shut you off, shut you up. Love it when my mouse just stops working. There was only one of each demo unit. But as far as picking up other trains, like, you know, the non-demo units. So, like, that's a demo unit, that's a demo unit, but that's a regular one, that's a regular one. I don't know of any limits on them. 18 minutes. For 34,000? Yeah, not bad. I guess I might as well just look. No, nothing going the way I would want to go. Dingle, you're really posting sports spoilers in my chat? Because, like, I don't care, but that doesn't mean somebody else doesn't. Anyway, sending the drone up. Actually, hold on. Sending the drone up. What? Sending the drone up. There we go. Third time's the charm. It's time for a break, but... I mean, yeah, okay, fair point. Who does watch the Mets? That's a fair point. But still, you are posting spoilers to a game that presumably just ended. So for anybody that might actually care, I doubt it, but if anybody does, still spoilers. Kinda rude. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Surprise, surprise. Whee! Can I actually go? You know, I shouldn't do that. Like, it shouldn't despawn my locomotives at all, but... I mean, it won't spawn that one or that one, but despawn, rather. Who knows what the game might do otherwise. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Save, then do it for science. Yeah, fair. So, I'm not going to do it right this second, because it's time for a break. Only thing that surprises you is the actual outcome. Yeah, fair. Oh, you know what? No, we're doing this one. Get rid of that one so it stops playing. We're doing this one. I can enable all three. It's probably going to sound terrible. They're all there. Not sure the witness actually showed up, but it did. NL Championship, but not World Series. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to take another short break, stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer. When I get back, we will go up to City West and hopefully find a DE6, because if we don't, where the fuck is it? I'm genuinely running out of locations, like, including City West, there's 4 more that I need to double check. Because I've checked everywhere else. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, time for a break now. I am going to run some ads while I'm up and away from my computer. It's the only time during the stream that I run ads, prevents pre-rolls for next hour, blah, 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 blah. You know the drill. Ads will be done by the time I get back, so... Gameplay itself is completely ad-free for anyone. Even people coming in. Yeah. BRB. Alrighty, I am back, and I'm just gonna follow up on what Dingle said at the beginning of the break. I do not condone gambling either, specifically with real money. If it is fake money, like in GTA, you know, the chips that you get at the casino, so long as that was earned with real game or in-game currency, not any real-life currency, then you know, gambling like that's fine. Same thing in the Pokemon games. But yeah, when it comes to real world gambling or putting real world funds into a video game to gamble, don't do it. Like, unless you have a ridiculous excess of money, just don't gamble. It's a waste. There are very, very few occasions where you'll come out in the positive. And oftentimes it won't be enough of a positive to have justified it. So, obviously, do as you will, because people hardly ever listen to others, but good advice generally, just don't gamble your own money away, especially if you can't afford it. Anyway, back into the game. Set it to VSync so that I can then set it to 70 FPS, which again I do just to give it a little bit of headroom above 60. What I'm going to do before we go anywhere is I am going to, having dropped a save, here, let's just go up this way. I'm traveling as fast as I can. There's City South. We're not going to look too closely at it. Going up here, that's oil well. This is farm. Are you gonna render it in? Yeah, eventually. It's not showing any cars, but I imagine, if my mouse doesn't cut out, that that's because I'm not near it. Steel mill? I'm gonna go to the northeast corner. Because seemingly I can just go wherever. Oh, let's go visit the castle. I remember seeing this somewhat recently. Taking a different route to the goods factory. Castle. Neat. It's neat. And then you come around this, the edge of this mountain. There are two tracks. Where that one comes from, I don't know. There's goods factory. I'm up into the mountains of the northeast. Easy to get lost here, because I'm not as familiar with this part of the map. Speaking of which, where are the tracks? Okay, there we go. That's Iron Mine. Which means that somewhere over here is the very secretive area that I shouldn't be in the military base. Yep. Some tanks. Underground bunkers. Oh. Oh, don't deny me. It doesn't come out the other side. I'm not allowed in there. I mean, I'm not surprised, however. Damn you. The best look you'll get at this place on my stream anytime soon, though. That I pressed F1. I think that's just part of the military base kiosk. I don't know, I've never been there. But it's not open, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just put a wall there so you can't free cam into that cove. Yep, my train's still here. Although, did you... No? You didn't do that. There's this handbrake. Alright. away we go. Yeah, museum also has an invisible wall. You can't get into it. And military base at Machine Factory and military base at Harbor, you can't get in through the fence. Yeah, 40, but it's downhill, so I'll just let that coast. Yep. Left the city. No, I'm gonna go right and then back up, just because I'm gonna want to go out the other way, and I don't want to have to finagle with turning around at City West if I don't have to. I'm also considering what I might do. I should look at where I'm going. If it's not at City West, what I might do is take this loop around to Forest South, and then passing by here, just take a quick run up to Coal Mine South, then reverse and go to Coal, or City South. Coal? Coal is here. Hopefully that won't be the case. Also, there's still that train loaded in at Coal Power. Interesting, that. There's also one at Oil Refinery, however, there's none here. Sawmill, there's still one there, I can see that. But, yeah. Got nothing behind us, however, I feel like we're going a little fast. We were going a little fast. Not dangerously fast, just a little. And at some point I could just go the route of fast travel with locomotive. I really want to be quick about getting around. Said this was a 50 zone, however, that does not feel like it's much above 50 that you can get away with. How much fuel we got? Not a ton. It honestly might not be the worst idea to back into services at City West. See that. Be a little careful with it. I think the service is in there. Alright, anyway. So then left and left there so that I can get to those services. There is a, whatchamacallit there, turntable, but, yeah. Six, 4. Slow down a bit more. Pretty sure this junction up here is a tighter one. Since I'm not going to see it until fairly late, I want to make sure that... I'm going to be stopping afterwards as well, but I want to make sure that I'm not going too fast into it. I don't want another 40 plus into a 20 sort of situation, you know? Sure, don't have a load behind me. Unless you want to count the trains as a load. And it's not raining. Still. A little bit of a slow approach as a result. Fine. Money do I have? 367,000 isn't a lot, but also that's a little under 100,000 less than I started the stream with, which, considering I bought $230,000 worth of licenses immediately. Fair enough. Yeah, not terrible. I mean, if there was going to be a derailed train, I would expect it to be right there. So... just add one then? No, thank you. Really throwing me off with that setting. Yep. However, in order to operate the train now, in terms of driving it, I need to do this. Since this isn't able to be MU'd through the M3, no choice but use the remote control. Granted, I don't have to be down here in the DE2, but it does make it a little bit easier. Alright, that's more than fast enough. I don't know what the speeds are for the route that I'm taking through there, but 30 is probably more than enough. Also, I'm going to be annoyed with the number of times that I've been to City West. I'm going to be annoyed if I find it here. Because, like, how did I not look good enough? Obviously. Well enough. How did I not look well enough? English. It's a language. I don't want the first left, I want the second left. There's a DH4 in there. Then switch that doesn't actually matter. There's the turntable. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Now, how is this going to handle repairing the train? I'm going to repair it here. Am I only going to be able to get the DE2 initially? No. Ah, you skip it. I see. Clever. More sand than I should need. So these were the two DH4s. Slightly less needed out of, or used out of this one. Rolling order. Screws with me every time. And that's it. Because it's just the powertrain that's been used, apparently. I don't know how the electrical powertrain... I don't know. Yep. Yeah, you're not allowed to repair this one at this stage, so that's why I was skipping it. Alright, I'm gonna do the cheeky thing. Send up the drone! And it works, right? Definitely nothing in here. Can I just phase through that building? I can. A drone wouldn't actually do that, but who cares? Have I ever gone all the way back here? Have I ever gone over here? Not seeing it. Some rusty shit there, but that ain't no train. Yeah, the game is stuttering a bit as I do this. I wonder why. Now, of course, could it be the case that by using the free cam, I'm not actually going to see it? Because the player isn't close enough for it to render it in? I would think that because I'm in the city, it's rendered in regardless. Because, like, I can see the DH4 in the thing there. No problem. There is an easy way to test that. I mean, I can always have a go back here. I would think that it would be fairly easy to see. D6 ain't a small train after all. Anyway, the way to confirm it... You save. I'm gonna go out this way, if anything, not down south. No. I have lost everything. That was the edge of the map. Harbor somewhere over here? Gotta be like right here, surely. Oh, I can go faster by strafing. Ah, that's coal mine south. D2 is like right there. Strafe to go faster. This way apparently, because the edge of the world apparently. Here we go. Harbor. No. Rail Valley Museum. Well, first and foremost, there's the DM1. But that's always there. Right, like that's a personal vehicle, if you will. There you go. That answers that question. I'm taking the easy way back. So that technically means that at some point, if I just am struggling to find it, I could literally just free cam around the map. Also, it looks like it's about to rain. Kitty! It is raining, actually. I could just free cam around the map and I will find it eventually. Technically, I could find a job to go where I want to, but eh. That should still be set properly. Just need to make sure I set things on my way back. What way do I want to go? Probably like this, I think. So I need you. But we are going to go right, left, 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 or south, left, left, just to dip to Coal Mine South when I get there, but then we'll back up and go to City South. We are heading the correct direction. Should be clear of that switch. So I want to flip it that way. So that anytime I go through City West in the future, I'm guaranteed to go through it. Yeah, it should be fairly quick through the switch up. Forest South is where I'm going next, which is literally just 1 yard. So I don't think I've missed that. Probably should have checked how long it was going to rain for, but whatever. There we go. I'll do the proper thing and have the lights set up. Although, maybe get off the accelerator, because I don't know how tight of a turn this is going to be. It shouldn't be too tight. Yeah, it looks like a 5, at least initially, through the switch. Going to be a right and then a left. It's a bit faster of a switch, or a bit slower of a switch the other way, though. You see a train around here? I would think that'd be very easy to spot. And again, it would be in the center, because that's the only place that makes sense to derail. Just sent the drone up for a second. You know, it's fine. It's just the drone. You just open the window and drone out. Alright, drone, come back. I'm gonna close the window. Drone away. No train in sight, except for the obvious one. Also, I recognize that this is a very convoluted path I'm taking back to City South to drop off the DM3, but again, I need to double check the areas I've been to just to be 100% sure that I didn't miss the biggest locomotive that isn't the S282. To be fair, I don't know which is longer, the S282 or the DE6, but I imagine the S282 with its tender is longer. I could easily check it, but I don't feel like getting the vehicle manual out. Six decreasing to 4, so don't need to go too fast. $147,000 after the repairs. Not terrible. I could replace the DE2 with the demo unit. However, I'm going to need an extra 60,000 because I do want the demo paint. Shit ain't cheap after all. Okay. Will I be able to get to City South before the end of the stream? Well, I can always make it so I get there before the end of the stream. I don't necessarily have to put the train away, or trains if I get lucky. But yeah, hopefully I get there reasonably quickly. This rain isn't going to help anything, though. It is going up still, so we're good for the moment. We'll have to slow down sooner than not, though. Honestly, I'll probably end up, regardless of what happens, I'll probably just end up going to City South and putting the trains into the museum. Well, train, whatever the case might be. And just leaving it at that for the time being. Because, like, you've seen me put this into the station already, right? Don't need to see me shuffle more engines into the station. I might summon the BE2, honestly, and use that. Also, I took a screenshot before, but if I get the DE6, I am taking another screenshot with it on the back of the consist. Not that that's likely to happen. Is that downhill, I see? Yes. Left switch is what we want. Anybody seen a DE6 around here? In either of them? Don't want to stay zoomed out for too long because, you know, I'm kind of trying to drive a train. Yeah, again, I don't see a train here. Alright, drone, come back. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep using that excuse now. Just a drone! I don't know what era this is supposed to take place in, or if drones even existed at this point, or what, but it's a drone. One notch out of it. It is uphill for a little bit. And because I just serviced, I don't have to worry about the fuel for a while yet. So screw it. Go faster, right? Get places sooner. The idea. We're in a tunnel, so it's no longer actually raining, in a sense, right? It's still raining, but like there should be no water accumulation on the windshield, so I shouldn't need the wipers. Sure enough, the fact that it made that little bit of a squeal there tells you that yes, it was in fact dry. I actually made sure, yes. Although slow down a bit through the yard, perhaps. I'm not seeing anything. With how small of a yard this is, you know you'd be able to see it pretty quickly. Again, it's not a small train. There's a DM3 there. Not that I care to drive it. I don't even care to go much faster in this right now because I know what is lying up ahead. I remember this corner. How could I not? 40 plus into a 20. Yeah. It's interesting that the anti-wheel slip computer doesn't kick in when you're using dynamic brake. They're not kidding when they say 20. Is a nasty turn, that. See a train anywhere? I don't. A little bit of red lighting makes such a difference. Not necessary, but it does make a difference. Very steep, this climb. Which is part of why that turn back there is actually so evil, because, well, you're carrying a bunch of speed into it off of this hill, and then it suddenly 20 potentially. 20 kph speed limit. Again, I don't know how I didn't derail that night, rather. I don't know how I didn't... I don't know. I entered that curve, like, at least 15 over. And it just took it. Honestly, kind of insane. Right, I don't want to go too fast in these conditions. Because, yeah. I doubt it's a coal mine. It might be, but I doubt it. It's not at coal mine, and that means that it's either at Oil Well North, since I haven't taken a good look at that, or it's somewhere outside of one of the yards, most likely. Because again, I don't think there's anywhere else it could be. I've checked all the yards pretty thoroughly at this point. Yeah, now that we're past that curve, it gets pretty fast through here. Send it. Be a scenic shot if it wasn't dark and foggy. Do I even need this? Doesn't look wet anymore. But it looks like it's downhill. Yep. Again, making a quick detour to Coal Mine South just to check it, and then reversing back inevitably and continuing on to City South. There's still a bit of moisture. think the last time I was at Coal Mine South, short of passing through it just to go north, was to pick up the DE2. Yeah, the yard here is a bit full, however. I'm not planning on going through, so that's fine. I'm just sending the drone up, if you will. We know it'll appear. There's an 060 right there. For any reason I shouldn't sleep right now? Let's make it daytime again, assuming that the weather isn't complete shit. Anything for City South? There's a logistical hall, which... No. Not worth my time. 5,000? So there's a number of cars here, but the only train is the 060. And that's not the demo 060 either. That's up at Iron Mine West. And yeah, I ain't seeing it. Surprise, surprise. I ain't seeing it. Again, the DE2 is right over there. But it ain't here. It's almost like I checked thoroughly enough. No. You... I think this was on a grade, so maybe I should hold the handbrake. Actually, it might have been level, might have been a slight incline, I don't know. We're just gonna literally reverse out the way we came from and then head towards City South. Where the hell is this DE6? Like, it either has to be at Oil Well North or it's off a track somewhere. But again, I think I've checked off of every single track I could. Or I've checked, like, everywhere at this point. The only one that I didn't really check thoroughly, like, legitimately haven't checked thoroughly, is Oil Well North. And I'm kind of tempted just to drone cam my way up there before the end of the stream and just confirm, like, is it there or is it somewhere else? Because, like, obviously I can't exactly afford to restore it at this point regardless, but that doesn't mean I want to keep going without knowing where it is, you know? Again, I've got over 50 hours in this save, and it's literally the only train I haven't found. Kinda rather annoying. Oh yeah, I should probably set that switch so that it doesn't go into the B yard, which has no definite clear path through. And off we go towards City South. We'll get there a little after the normal end time of the stream, I believe, but that's fine. I just want to get there. What path through do I want to take? Clear path through in B, so left, right, left. We're good. Then I'll probably just end up using the DE2 to go into the museum and pull it to here and then just pull that back and put it in place. Although it is facing the wrong way, so I don't know. Technically, there's nothing saying that I have to paint the DE2 at this moment in time. $50 and increasing. Cool. Yeah, well, we're going up at the moment, but we're about to start going down. So, throttle off is fine. Well, supposedly we were gonna start going down. There you go. Eight. Going quite fast in this tunnel. But I haven't seen a sign to go any slower than 8. Well, unless I missed a 7 with a downwards arrow, we should be fine. There's the 7 with the downwards arrow. Very scenic location, this, isn't it? Just can't quite keep it at an even speed, balanced speed, although it's maintaining 51 now, I guess. I'll just go on and off the spacebar. Go on and off the dynamic brake as need be. Not needed a ton, obviously. A little bit further to go. You know, it would kind of be funny, but also not, is if the DE6 was in City South. Yeah, not quite, but... like, there's no way it should be in City South. Though getting a museum spawn in City South is always ironic. There's apparently a spawn point directly next to the museum. It's kind of amusing. A little too late for that, but whatever. Like, you would think if there's going to be a train just sitting off to the side somewhere, it would be near the tracks. Not like off in the back there somewhere, right? And again, not seeing it. Pretty sure it's not here. We good? We're set straight through. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I think the spawn point's like right over there outside of the fence. Kinda funny. The spawn point you'd want to have for a DE6, honestly. But alas, that's not where mine is. I don't know where mine is. I've tried to find it a lot, and I've not found it. Yeah, so I think what I'll probably end up doing off stream is backing this into the roundhouse. Probably swinging it around, pulling this off the front, and, you know, getting it out. And then grabbing the BE2, which is currently sat up here. 016. And push it back into its spot. Because at the moment, I would end up pulling it into its slot, and then that would be there, and I don't know. I could always just get rid of that, but for now at least I'll continue to keep it around. Yeah, like, there's not a train in there. There's an old rusty motor, but that's it. There's nothing around the backside here. I know there's nothing around these buildings. I've looked. There's a boat. Although that boat looks tiny compared to these things, jeez. See a DE6? I don't see a DE6. It's just terrain, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any train back here where it doesn't make sense for there to be a train. Which tells me that the train ain't here. You are. You are as well. Just needs to be repaired, refueled, and painted. Which I can't afford to do. Gonna bring me down below 200,000 though. Oh well. Gonna drop a save here, and then I am going to do the thing I mentioned before, which is just not teleport, but free cam my way up. Is there anything up here? Just a radio tower, I guess. Okay, where are we? What are you? Is this the steel mill? Looks like the steel mill. There isn't an old rusty DE6 sitting around out here, is there? Boy, imagine if I had missed that. A lot of rusty things, but ain't no train. Of course, you know what the game could do is just not render them in if you haven't found them yet while you're in the yard. It would be a mean thing to do, but there's nothing there. Nice cut. Another cut right there as well. Across the river. That's where I want to end up, but you know. Yeah, I've already tested that dingle. I tested that earlier. It does show up. I know it's not here. I'm saying, like, I don't know if it would show one that I haven't found. I don't know about you, but I ain't seeing a train. What the hell? And here, you want to test the theory a little bit more. You know, that sounds right, Dingle. Here's Food Factory, right? If I go up and around here... Very scenic area. That is oil refinery, so I need to go back this way. And go out over this way. I went the wrong way. Bridge there. Believe it or not. So this is the mine, right? The iron ore mine. West? North? Northwest? I don't know. I looked around here and I couldn't find one. Except, you know, I did. This is on the opposite corner of the map just about from where I am, and I still see it. I do not understand this. Is it up in the mountains? I don't know how it would be. I do not understand this. Where the fuck is it? I've looked everywhere I'm aware of. This isn't even funny anymore. Like, where the fuck is it? Alright, well, that's my save. So, good enough. But without saving, because I don't need to. But here, I'll show you something. Give me a second to pull it up. There it is. Alright. I do all of that. And then you. So this is the interactive map that I've talked about, right? This is it. This is the reference I've looked at. And if I go here, you can see demo spawns. I don't use exact, I use hint, but if I toggle hint, you can see where all of them are, including this area, which is why you saw me looking there before, and this area, which I looked at, and there was nothing there. I've checked every single one of these spots. So unless this doesn't have every single location marked out, I've looked at all of them. And I have not found the DE6. Where is it? I've looked at all of these, and heck, just tonight I've seen this, I've seen this, I've seen this, I've seen this, and this, this, and this. And I literally just checked that as well. Where is it? I've run out of spots to check. I've seen all of them. It's nowhere to be found. I do not understand this. Unless this is wrong, which it's entirely possible that it is, in that it's not showing everything. Where? Like, is there a spawn point over here? I don't think I've been through that junction. I don't know. I don't know. This is why it's so frustrating. Like, where in the fuck is this train? Because of all these known locations, I've checked them. Oh, yeah. I'm just looking at the issue tracker. No, it doesn't look like anything. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Where is the DE6? Somebody know of a spawn point that isn't on that interactive map? Please let me know, because I've checked everywhere that I'm aware of and I've not seen it. Can't afford to restore it, but that's the one train I want right now. Oh well. Next stream. Bot did not cooperate. Next stream is that one. It's probably going to be more of the Pokemon Archipelago, Solo Archipelago multi-game randomizer. I mean, Archipelago kind of implies that it could be multiple game, but it doesn't explicitly imply it, I guess. Either way. Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Red, both of the games have been randomized together. So items are actually split between the two games. So like, you know, I can pick an HM in Emerald and it's actually an HM for Red, and vice versa. Things like that. Badges as well. I got the Heat badge in Red, I believe, and it got sent over to Emerald. So yeah, that'll be Wednesday. Continuing that, I think pretty much it's just find the remaining gym badges and go for the champions. I think I've got enough to get around at this point. Although I don't have Waterfall in Emerald, so there's that. I also don't have Dive, I believe, but that shouldn't matter. I don't need to go to Sootopolis necessarily. Anyway, that's Wednesday, and as you saw the bot post originally, I need to adjust that start time because apparently Max is pushing the announced start time back to 9 p.m. We still might not start until 10, but I need to be ready to go at 9 o'clock if he's gonna potentially, you know, try and get things going there if EJ switches over early enough. So half an hour earlier on that one, basically. Well, we'll be able to go faster now that the F3 is faster, although we're going to Bahrain. Did we ever get a good Bahrain mod? Because I know we had the one, but it wasn't the best. Anyway. Problems for this Friday. Anyway, yeah, that's basically it. You want to watch some ads and you're not a sub or a Twitch Turbo user? Stick around. If you are a sub or a Twitch Turbo user, stick around anyway, because you won't see any ads in theory, and it gives me some money. Is it? Alright, dingle. Yeah. Prefer if you stick around regardless, but do as you wish. I mean, could be worse. Could be Jeddah. Anyway, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and also that, Max. And hopefully, I'll see you next time. Later.